Hey you guys, it's Peter! Boom, boom, boom. The Anderson Cooper, reporting live from the Mexican Riviera. And I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm YouTube famous now. I make more money than you peasant! So tired of these Instagram models of the world. Anyway, if you don't know what you don't know is a lot. This kid who has now put up an apology video, Christian Burns, put up an apology video. He started a YouTube channel. He put up an apology video on there or something. He has a new Instagram channel. I had to search it out. So if you want to go find it because his other one got taken down because, well, we'll get to that in just a second. But anyway, he has a new one. It's called Extra Burns. It's like senior pictures. Instagram model. So anyway, if you don't believe me, I will show you in just a second. So anyway, I was watching this whole story unfold, and this is not really about him per se, I love that word. It's not really about him per se, it's about this whole like Instagram modeling thing just in general, and like people that claim that their career is that they're an Instagram model. Like seriously? Okay. Hey listen, great platform, maybe a place to start, go on, get your college education, or pay your dues working in the industry, or I don't know, network and build with other people, but like listen, it's gonna, at some point, nobody's gonna care, okay? So you might want to plan for the future is all I'm saying, okay? I've had a lot of like dreams and things come up and then like a year later they've gone away, and that's just in my old man's experience. So I'm just telling you kids out there, you know, don't put all your, eggs in one basket, as they say. So, you know, I'm just telling you, you might not want to put all your selfies on Instagram. You might want to spread out over social media if you want to be a social media mayhem. So anyway, but I was watching all this and somebody tweeted out to me. Sorry, I do not remember who it was, so shout out to this person. Also shout out to Wyatt. He is somebody that snaps me all the time on Snapchat, and I told him I would give him a shout out. So hoo-hoo to Wyatt. And somebody tweeted me and said, I want you to do an entire video about Instagram models. Couture models, right? Instagram models of the world. My husband is looking at me right now laughing from the patio. Instagram models of the world. Necklace by Fabergé. Anyway, so this is something that actually came up within the beauty industry, and so I thought I would kind of address it on here. So this is an opinion video, but it's also kind of like a word to the warning video, a word to the wise, warning, caveat kind of video on all the bullshit that is going on with these Instagram models, right? So if you don't know what you don't know is a lot. I've now said that 4 times, it's enough. Oh, for all the people that say that they can't stand my intro, by the way, at New Year's, we took a poll, and I asked if you guys want me to get a new intro or an old intro, you don't care, whatever. 91% asked me to keep the same intro. I'm just saying, okay? The masses spoke. I like the masses. So anyway, I was like watching this whole thing unfold where this kid said that he was, you know, made 6 figures and he was Instagram famous at 19 and all this kind of stuff. He doesn't actually say he's Instagram famous, but he says he's famous. And then he's famous off of Instagram supposedly because he has 28,000 subscribers or something like that, or followers or whatever. That then, this was the best. He did an interview with Keemstar, and then he actually did like an apology thing that really wasn't kind of apology. It was kind of like, have you ever had somebody apologize to you and they're basically like, I'm really sorry you feel that I did something wrong to you? And like, you're like, at the time, you're like, oh, that's cool, we're cool, you know, whatever, right? Because the guy's like, this 19-year-old is talking to this 26-year-old man that pays his bills by working his ass off to deal with these arrogant, entitled SOBs, right? And he's like, well, you're real chill, bro. You're real chill, right? And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, this is nobody's apology, okay? This is no apology to then go onto his new Instagram and basically just backpedal and say a bunch of BS. So I'm watching all of this unfold. There were parts of it I liked. There were parts I didn't agree with. I'm not going to get into all that, okay? But I thought, let's just, you know, it is what it is. But what I was really interested in about this was the 6 figures that he makes at 19 years old off of being famous, off of like Twitch and YouTube, okay? So I was thinking to myself, like, now I know on like Twitch and YouNow and all that kind of stuff, you get tips from fans, and basically, people are sending you money as tips and all that kind of stuff. I do it too. Listen, baby, I don't hate the gig, okay? You know, if I get on there and I live speak and people want to send me money, hey, I'm okay with that. I might even show a little shoulder. Oh my God, my shoulders are so burnt. I might show a little shoulder or something like that. You ain't gonna get a titty from me because you don't need it and nobody wants to see it. But anyway, I mean, like, they just sit there for hours and they do just like the most foolish stuff, okay? So all of these kids that are 13 and 14 who are his fan base, fans, Extra Burns, that's his new name. Extra burned knees from being on the floor. So anyway, he is apparently famous of the world. So I go to his pictures and on his new thing, because his Instagram got taken down, and Keemstar asked him, well, why did your old Instagram get taken down? Was it because, like, people were complaining that you were, like, so shitty and you were a bully or something like that, right? He's like, oh, no, that had nothing to do with it. He goes, what it had to do with was that I was following too many people, and so I, like, got this app that you go in there and it, like, mass unfollows people, okay? And I'm like, baby, I was born a long time ago, but it wasn't that long ago, okay? I know what you did was, this is what the kids do. So they go, and in a day, you can't, like, mass follow people on Instagram, right? It, like, sets you off at a limit. So you go in and you follow those people, and then you unfollow them. You follow them, and then you unfollow. And so then what happens is, you get to a point where it looks like you have 28,000 followers because you followed all of these 28,000 people and then unfollow them, right? But they forget kind of who you are, and so they're just sitting there, and they're like, don't even know that they really follow you. And then you're buying likes, and you're buying all that, and you're follow for a follow, and like for a like, and all that bullshit. So really, you're not famous. You've just followed a bunch of people and then unfollowed them to make it look like you have all these followers, because people are following you for what? Because I went to his Instagram, okay? And let me just tell you, I'm not really sure where the Instagram modeling comes in for this kid. And I'm not trying to dog him, but I will say he's not 17, he's 19, so I can kind of say what I want to say. But this is what I don't understand, okay, right here. Here, I'll just pull it up, since everybody's going to want to disagree with me. This right here, I'm sorry, all day long. Can you see it? Because I don't do receipts. That is straight up a senior picture. Who are you modeling for, gal? Glamour shots? Okay, so anyway, so I'm thinking about all this, and I'm like, but people are making money off of Instagram. Like, a lot of people are making money off of these Instagram models. So I put in Instagram, or I put in model on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my God, all this foolishness comes up, right? But there are a lot of people on there that legit are, like, gorgeous, look like models, and they're displaying things like, you know, necklaces and all this kind of stuff. So I, like, Googled Instagram models pay or something like that. And I came up with this very interesting article, okay? And the article was by, let me see if I can find it, because, you know, I'm, like, always, like, out of it in just a second. Okay, so anyway, the article was, oh shoot, now I can't remember what this girl is. It was by this girl, and she basically said that she makes in one post what a lot of people make in 4 days of, oh, I just looked her up, too. Her name's, Gabrielle Grace Epstein. And here she is. She has 1.8 million subscribers. She's absolutely gorgeous. Bears, Beats, Battlestar Galactica, Snapchat, all this kind of stuff. And she's followed by, you know, all these people. So anyway, but, like, let me just show you an example. So here she is, and she's on the beach, right, sipping this drink that nobody's ever seen from Starbucks in their life. And she's got on this necklace. Now, underneath here, this is a girl that makes 4 days pay in one post. She has 53,000 followers. Underneath here, it says, necklaces and headband all from No Dress Rehearsal so company or whatever, okay? And there she is. And, like, every picture that she posts is a sponsored post. It shows that. She says in there. And I'm sure if you look at it, up there, she's got it right there. She's got to hashtag them, and then you go for there, right? Now, this girl, old Gabrielle Epstein, Jackson, Johnson, Washington, Smith, Johnson, Jones, I don't know her. Wouldn't know her if she walked up and bit me on the nose. I wouldn't know her if she threw a hot chocolate in my face. I don't really give a shit. She's apparently famous. She's got 1.8 million people that follow her, and she only follows 330 people. Let's see who some of the people is who she follows. Boring. She doesn't even follow the Kardashians. I mean, who are you if you don't even follow the Kardashians? Let's just be for real. We were talking to this couple from the UK last night. Oh, if you didn't know what you don't know is a lot. My husband and I are on vacation in Mexico. And they were like, we were asking them, like, what they thought about, like, our president. They didn't think much. And they were asking them about other things. We were asking about other things, and, like, we joked and said the Kardashians were, like, U.S. royalty. Like, that's how, like, a lot of people look at them. We were joking, okay? And they were like, please don't say that. They said, you have no idea that the Kardashians are, like, the joke of America around the world. I was like, God. But anyway, she doesn't even follow that. But she's from Australia, so, and she right now is on the Amalfi Coast. It says currently on the Amalfi Coast. She must have quite the life. I would love to be an Instagram model. But anyway, this reminded me back in the day of, do you know old Kabrina Kaboom? In my opinion, she started this whole thing of doing these videos, and then Here for the Tea and Rich Lux and all of those drama channels. they did videos on how beauty gurus were doing sponsored videos and affiliate codes, and they were not linking below the appropriate way to show that they were sponsored. And it has to be above the fold, and it has to show where the link is, and they have to say, if you click this affiliate code, I'm gonna make some money and off of this. And so if you go buy my Morphe brush, I'm so tired of that fucking word. If I never heard Morphe brush again in my entire fucking life, it would be too soon. I could care less about a fucking Morphe brush. Anyway, so they said all this and they exposed it. And you know what? It is kind of bullshit that all these people are making lots of money and nobody knew really. And it's like because they didn't want to have to show underneath the video. And they have to say in the video. They have to say in the video. This is truth, okay? They have to say, this is a sponsored video, or thank you Morphe brushes for sponsoring this video. And this whole thing came out in the beauty industry, right? And it's all dictated by the Federal Trade Commission. So in the United States. So I don't know how the Amalfi Coast in Australia and all that shit goes on, but in the Federal Trade Commission, this is how it is in the United States. So I had heard that like on Instagram photos, if you're sponsored, you have to put hashtag ad, right? Now I spent the better part of an hour today going through all of these people that do sponsored video or sponsored posts on Instagram, all of these people that claim to be Instagram models and make money off of necklaces and gay men on their underwear and rings and marriage rings and travel and all this kind of stuff. And all of these people, every single one of them would link the company in there. Not one of them put anything about it being a sponsored or like being sponsored or that it was an ad. So I thought, well, I'll just read you guys what it says on this very intellectual article from the Fashion Law. I love that so much. So anyway, a leading source for fashion law in the business of fashion. And this is actually from last year, so it's current. And it goes in here and talks about, hey, bloggers, social media influencers, celebrities, the Federal Trade Commission rules regarding disclosures to not apply to you. Think again. And then it goes in here. So let me just tell you what it says about it. It actually shows right here this Kiehl's oil eliminator, okay, on Instagram, and they show the appropriate way that you do it. And at the very top, or the very end, it says hashtag, you know you can't see shit on my phone, but it says hashtag sponsored. So this person did it the appropriate way, and that person is Brian Boy, who I met 2 years ago at Ultra, and we danced for the entire weekend, and I love to say that Brian Boy is my friend now. He is such a cool guy. So anyway, he knows how to do it. He's going to do things the right way, right? Because he is truly living career-wise off of his Instagram posts. He gets invited to every fashion event in the entire world. You know, he's extremely reputable source when it comes to the fashion community. So of course he's going to do it the right way. So anyway, but if you go in here, it says, first of all, when do you need to disclose? If you are being compensated in any way to promote, endorse a brand or product, this includes free gifts. So if they just send it to you for free, right? Or are promoting, endorsing a brand with which you have a relationship, you need to disclose that. This includes affiliate links, and this is all for Instagram. Is posting a photo an endorsement? The FTC says yes, exclamation mark. A photo is enough to trigger the need to disclose. Simply posting a picture of a product on social media, such as Pinterest or Instagram, or a video of you using it could convey that you like and approve of the product. If it does, it's an endorsement and it must be disclosed. 3, posting multiple endorsements or promotions. If you're posting multiple blog posts, tweets, Instagram, etc. for any one brand or campaign, you need to replicate your disclosures. That means even if you've done it once, you need to do it every single time. Number 4, social media. On social media, limited space is not an excuse, according to the FTC. So this is saying if you only have like 140 characters, like on Twitter or whatever, the words sponsor and promotion use only 9 characters. Paid ad only uses 7 characters, starting a tweet with ad or hashtag ad, which is what most people that appropriately do it on Instagram do. When I have done a sponsored picture on Instagram, which I think I've only done like one, and it was for that watch that I got, I did hashtag ad because that is legally what you're supposed to do, which takes only 3 characters, would likely be effective. Number 5, contest. If you run a contest or a sweepstake on social media or on your website or blog, the official rules must require some type of disclosure in each entry. And it goes on and on and on to say the FTC suggested disclosures, and it tells you how to do it, but it has to be clear and it has to be in the main part. You have to put, in an Instagram picture, you have to put hashtag sponsored, hashtag paid advertisement, hashtag paid sponsorship, hashtag ad. You have to put that on there, right? So this is what gets me, is that all these people that want to say I'm Instagram famous and I'm going to a club and I'm getting paid because nobody really knows who I am because I had 28,000 people follow me because I followed them and then I unfollowed all of them. It's such just a fucking game. It's a joke, and all these people buying followers on Fiverr and all this kind of stuff. You are not famous. You have convinced yourself you're famous. Your group of 5 good Judies around you is like, oh my God, he's got 28,000 people. Well, he sat there and worked for 2 weeks straight on following, unfollowing, following, unfollowing. You ain't nobody, baby. You're seeing your pictures, okay? And that's just one example of these Instagram famous people. But if they really are making this kind of money, they have to disclose it, because if they're not, they're breaking the law. So all of these Instagram models that are out there, all these celebrities that are making money out there are breaking the law. So I just want to make sure that you guys all know that very, very clearly, that you have to post in there. If you're going to make any kind of money off of it, you have to post in there affiliate links, anything like that, that you're going to make money. And on an Instagram picture, if you get paid for it, you have to put hashtag ad at the minimum, right? So all those famous Instagram models out there, basically, they're going to jail. They're going to go to jail, baby. They're going to be modeling behind the bars. Modeling behind the bars. That's what I'm going to call this. Instagram models behind the bars. Anyway, Shady lady. I'm so pissed I forgot my fan. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye.